Okay, so a quick video on different options for how to cover your book. What I have here is a book covered in this plasticky, sticky cover. I believe that is called wax paper, and it comes in different colors and designs. And it comes in this long roll, and you just unroll it and you stick it onto your cover. If you get whatever this stuff is called, for now I'll just call it wax paper, but I'm pretty sure it's not the right name for it. But for this stuff, if you get a really low grade wax paper, it will leave a sticky residue on the cover of your book. It's sticking directly onto the paper right now, as you can see. And that sticky residue will be a problem. It'll be harder for you to resell your book if you ever take off this cover, because then the person purchasing will realize that the book is damaged in some way. I absolutely cannot recommend any brands because I'm only familiar with this one, and I'm not even sure what it was called, because my sister gave me 4 rolls of this wax paper in different colors. You can also cover your book with those stretchy book covers that you see. Those are the simplest thing to use, and the best part about them is they're reusable. Make sure you get the covers in the right size. Usually they come in 2 different sizes. The first size is usually really small, and the second size is good for larger textbooks, like large hardcover textbooks. So make sure you get it in the right size. I believe that they are sold in Target, and definitely in those office stores you'll find them. Third option would be to use some kind of bag. Now, this can be a bit more difficult because stores are limiting the amount of plastic bags and paper bags that they're putting out. So that might not be as much of an option later on as it is now. But there's a way that you can cover your book with a plastic bag or a paper bag. I've seen it done with grocery bags, with shopping bags from clothing stores. You can cover your book in such a way that it will have the handle of the bag sticking out like from here, so you can actually hold onto your book as if it's like a purse. And I think that's really cool. I absolutely love seeing that. The first time I saw a textbook covered like that, I was like, is that a purse? It looks like a purse, but it's a Forever 21 bag. But it's not. And I found out that was just a textbook cover. I think that's like the most creative cover that I've seen so far. Another option is you can just buy your book in loose leaf, which is sometimes offered, not always, but your textbook will come cheaper usually than even the paperback version, and the binder will keep your pages safe. Problem with that is I found that the paper quality, while the printing may be good, the paper tends to be a bit fragile around the place where the 3 binder holes are on the paper. So pages may tear out, and you have to be very careful about not losing any pages. Those textbooks that come in loose leaf are very convenient if the textbook happens to be really big, because you can divide your textbook into a really big binder that holds the entire textbook, and when you're actually going out to school and studying, you can just take out those few pages that you need with you into a smaller binder, and it's going to be a lot easier on your back. Final option is you can just let your book go nude. It doesn't have to have a cover on it. Wouldn't recommend that because it bends the corners and things will happen to your book. Your pages will get bent, the edges may be more likely to get dirty, like these pages may be more likely to get dirty because there's not this little edge sticking out that's being made from this cover protecting it. And if your book gets damaged, then that may lower the value of your book. Like, see with this book, I cannot remove the cover, so that's the downfall of having a wax paper cover. I can't salvage this in any way. But when I give it to somebody, when I resell it, then the person buying it from me knows that they're guaranteed to have a book that's going to be in really pristine condition, because they're guaranteed that this entire cover is going to be perfect. There won't be any spill marks. There won't be any scratches whatsoever. It's just impossible for this to get damaged in this area. Maybe the corners will be a little bent, but that's the worst that can happen. It will look like it's new. And the person who buys it from me knows that the book will come in an almost new condition, meaning they can sell it as it is in an almost new condition as well. If they just keep my cover on it without removing it after they're done using the book and they resell it themselves, well, everybody wins. So those are just some ways that you can cover your book. Oh, if you want to learn how to cover your book so that the handles stick out in this manner, go online and do a search on that, or figure it out for yourself. I found that by playing around with it a bit, you can probably figure it out yourself. It takes some measuring, but it's fairly easy to do. And it's worth your time to have that extra handle, just so it's easier to carry your book around. Right, so I hope this video was helpful, and I wish you guys the best in your studies.